Good evening and welcome to the El Finito, our final regular season basketball game of the year. Covenant Healthcare sponsored on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. Tonight we've got the All Saints Lady Cougars and Akron-Fairgrove, and what should be a good senior night for the All Saints Cougars.
Yeah, Jeff, the Cougars are playing really well towards the end of the season. They're 7-2 in the league, 10-8 overall. This is our final game and their final game. They're going to get ready for a district. So, you know, Coach Debo will have his squad ready, and I think you're going to see a good game tonight by the Cougars on senior night.
When you look back at this season in fives, which we like to look back on, the first 5 games of the year, whether it was scripted or not, were very tough but very beneficial at the same time for these ladies.
Those games early in the season, Jeff, are going to pay off right now down the stretch and going into the district. You get that tough schedule, you play a good team, you're going to be tournament tested early, and you're going to carry that through the whole regular season.
Defense has been the one consistent for this team this year, but we know as of late offensively they're starting to put the ball in the hole a little better.
Yeah, they're shooting the ball a lot better. Coach Debo's always had good defensive teams. Now they're shooting the ball a little better. That combination and making your free throws and sticking to the details, Jeff, at this time of the year, you know, you don't expect to turn it over a lot at this time of year. You don't expect they'll do a lot of the little things bad. This time of year, you should be hitting on all cylinders, and I think the Cougars are doing that right now.
Let's do a little inside the locker room segment here. Coach, is there any special talk or inspiration that you give to your kids before they come out for senior night?
You know, it's just, it's very hard. It really is very hard. And you try to go in and make it like just a normal game, but you also remind the underclassmen of what those seniors have done for you during this year and during the program for the last 4 years. They've contributed, they've been there. So you kind of remind them that this is kind of their night. And let's make it a good one for them. Let's go out with the last night. Let's go out with the win. So it's pretty special, and it's kind of special for Coach Debo tonight too. You know, all of them are special, but the senior night, I remember my senior night as a player. You know, you get a little choked up, and it's hard to, you know, you think, well, I'm not going to be playing in the gym anymore. So it kind of really hits you at that point.
Well, I mean, as a player, as a coach, that lump in the throat obviously is there through that conversation. But the finality of knowing that you come out, you've got to really fight that feeling of being overly pumped and too pumped to come out and play so that you can come out and execute.
You got to have your mind about you. Got to stay with that level, Jeff, and it's very tough. You know, mom and dad are going to be out there, and you're not going to be playing, and you see a lot of alumni coming back and stuff, and you know, it's really weird to know that you're not going to be playing in your home gym anymore unless you got a district here. But it's a weird feeling, but it's also it's kind of a cool feeling because it's really the senior night, and you're going to really go out there and give it just that little bit extra.
You have that feeling of accomplishment knowing through your 4 years what you've been through to get to this point.
Well, and you know, and mom and dads are a big part of that too. You know, they get you to practice and they wash the uniform. So, you know, it's a thank you to the coaching staff and to the school and to everybody. But it's a special night for mom and dad and for everything that they did for their student athlete over the years. It's a big night. It really is.
Well, we'll be back in a minute as our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show rolls on. We'll have a proud coach, proud father, and a proud father of the JV coach, a trifecta all wrapped into one. We'll talk to him about that and a lot more hoops in just a minute on BCTV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients, with the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Good evening and welcome back to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you, along with the head man of the All Saints Lady Cougars, Mr. Mike Debo. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you for being here again, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be here. You look at tonight's game, the last game of the regular season, but important for you as an organization and for your girls, you're going to end the season with a winning record regardless of the outcome tonight.
Yeah, tonight's our last conference game, and we're getting, obviously you want to play good tonight and leads into district because we play right away on Monday. We have a chance to finish second in the league by ourselves, so it's an important game for us tonight. Obviously, it's the last home game and senior night for our girls, so we're really excited to get going tonight.
Coach, talking about the end of the season, we've been asking a couple of the other coaches how you playing right now, how you feel about your squad going into the districts.
Honestly, we watched some tape, and we really think that hopefully tonight you'll see that offensively we're starting to come around. We're really starting to gel a little bit, and that is so important that this is a time of year you can't make the little mistakes. You can't make those mistakes that you probably made earlier in the year. You really need to eliminate those things and play well, and I think we have. We lost a tough game to Peck last week, but overall, the last 6 to 8 games we've been playing very well.
Well, and you look at both of those league losses to the league champion, which is Peck. First one, which we had here on TV, and you look at a bounce of the ball or a play here and there. It was a 3-point ball game, and with that split, you would have had a chance for a co-championship. But overall, you've got to be pleased. You've got a school with only around 100 kids to even choose from, and once you get them rolling and coach them up as only you can do, they find success.
I don't know about that, but no, it has been. This is our first year in the league, and we felt that we had a chance to compete, and that's what we asked for, and we had 2 great games with them. As you mentioned, the earlier game was either way, could have went here or there, and that's all you can ask. I always say to girls, play as hard as you can, and I'll be happy with the results. So we have done that.
Well, and you got a big night tonight, Coach. It's senior night, and you got 3 seniors leaving, and it's going to be a kind of a real special night for you. Why don't we talk about what's going on with you in that senior night?
Senior night's always special. It's happy, but it's sad because you hate to see some of your seniors leave. Tonight's kind of even more special. It's hard to get in.
Yep.
I got girls that I've known since I've been young, and I got my own daughter, and that's what makes it special. It's going to be an emotional night for her, for myself, probably more. But I look at for those 3 girls what they've done for the program. And that's what's most important thing, and hopefully they go out there and play hard tonight.
Well, and your legacy continues with the next generation behind us on the bench. You're doing the junior varsity girls, so you got to be proud of that as well.
Oh boy, you know what? I'm starting to see, and I just told my assistant coach, Rafael Guzman, I says, look at her, she's getting into it now. She's really falling into it, and that was one of the things I wanted. I wanted some of our former players, not only Katie's coaching, but Megan White, who's got class tonight. But those 2 have done such a great job, and that's what you ask for, them girls to come in and do a great job and teach, and they've done a great job for me, and I really appreciate it.
Well, it's always special to come back to the alma mater. As you and I very well know, Coach, it's really special to be coaching at your alma mater, and you've got your senior daughter tonight, and you got one coaching on the bench. That's kind of a really cool thing for you and your family.
It is. I learned this a few years ago when I was coaching, and Tom Murray had a chance, and you never know how it is to coach your own son or daughter. What's special is I get an opportunity to be with my daughters every single night and see what happens and goes on with their friends. There's some up and downs, but I tell you what, when we leave this gym, it's, I'm dad and she's my daughter, and we totally leave it here, and that's the way it should be, and it is special. I think it'll be in the future when you look back, that'll mean more than it is, but it's really special.
And then you can take them out to Grandpa Tony's and feed them. Both of them,
you
right?
know it. Always.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure. It's been a great season. Thank you for letting us at Bay County TV be part of it. But we wish you continued success not only tonight, but a nice long run in the tournament.
Great, thank you. And again, thank you to Bay County TV. Thank you to the sponsors for this. we had chances, the girls have come to my house and watched the games, and that's fun. When we love what you guys do because we appreciate it, and you might hear some of their comments of what you guys do for us, so thank you.
Well, we welcome their comments, and again, best of luck tonight, and we'll be back with all the game action in just a minute right here on BCTV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready, with the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Michigan State University or Albion College next fall to study in pre-dental program. Ellie Debo. Sydney Stevens. Tonight, Sydney is accompanied to the stage by her father, Dave Stevens. Sydney is a 4-year member of the basketball, softball, and volleyball teams, and the Pom Squad. Sydney is a member of the National Honor Society, and she is also a member of Student Council, serving as Vice President of her senior class. Sydney was named 7th team All-District Conference in volleyball this year, and she was a member of the All-District softball team in 2017. She was also named MLive's Bay County's Most Improved Basketball Player last season. Sydney plans to attend Saginaw Valley State University next fall to prepare for a career in occupational therapy. Sydney Stevens. Our next senior, Nicole Wolf. Nicole is the daughter of Mark and Rebecca Reeder, West Border tonight. She is a 4-year member of the softball and basketball teams and has been a member of the Pom Squad for 4 years and played a year of volleyball. Nicole is also a member of the National Honor Society and the Student Council. She serves as secretary of the senior class, and she is a member of the Yellow Ribbon Club, and also the Yellow Ribbon Club Advisory Board, and the National Technical Honor Society through the Bay Area ISD. She plans to either attend SVSU or MSU to enter a nursing program and prepare for a career as a registered nurse specializing in obstetrics. You know what I meant to say. Nicole Wolf. At this time, the All Saints staff and community would like to thank these 3 wonderful young ladies and their parents for 4 outstanding years on and off the court. We appreciate all of you have done and accomplished, and we wish you good luck in the next step in your journey. You represent the best that All Saints has to offer, and we love you dearly.
Gave proof through the guard for the Vikings. Number 12, Madison Wagner. Number 14, Cynthia Bouvet. Number 21, Natalie Aldrich. Number 23, Stacy Cokie. And number 24, Emma Britton. The Vikings are coached by Andrew Bouvet. And now the starting lineup for your Bay City All Saints Cougars. Starting for the Cougars, the junior number 4, Emily John. The senior number 11, Ellie Devo. The senior number 13, Nicole Wolf. The junior number 22, Caitlin McDonald. And the senior number 44, Sydney Stevens. The Cougars are coached by head coach Mike Devo and assisted by Ralph Guzman.
Good evening and welcome back. It's the last regular season game of the year, and we're at the home of the All Saints Cougars. Jeff Todt and Mike Wasdala, pleased to be around.
Yeah, Jeff, this is going to be a nice evening for the Bay City All Saints Cougar. It is senior night, and we're looking for a great game between rivals in the conference, the Akron-Fairgrove Lady Vikings and the Bay City All Saints Lady Cougars.
Well, they already drew the 50-50 there, Coach, and they ended up with 4-1-1. I think we donated again tonight.
Well, we're used to it.
10 seconds into our first quarter, the All Saints Cougars are on the offense as Nicole Wolf will be down on the baseline with the nice looking shot is Caitlin McDowell, the junior, and she picks up the first deuce of the ball game. Here's some pressure. Sydney Stevens is going to be the recipient of taking that thing down the court. Kisses it off the glass with a left hand from the left side for the deuce. And just that quick 30 seconds in, it's 4-0 All Saints over the Vikings from Akron-Fairgrove.
I'm only seeing about half the court, Jeff, so you're going to have to help me out tonight.
Well, we can do. As we've got stuff going on right in front of us, jump ball situation with 7:09 left in our first quarter of play. Great Bay Metro dynamic duo on the floor.
A lot of experience in this refereeing crew right here.
Mr. Bill Janes and Henry Velasquez.
They've been around a while.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be blessed with working with Henry tomorrow night at USA, and it's always a pleasure to be with him. 7 minutes left in the game. Wolf wide open for a three ball. Launches it just a touch short as she had an opportunity to tickle the twine from downtown. And going for the steal. And that ball will go back over to the Vikings as that foul is going to go on Nicole Wolf.
Nicole's first personal foul, Jeff, team foul number 1. We are early in the first quarter. Bay City All Saints up with 6:48 to go. 4-0 here on senior night.
And, you know, and you got a situation here where these officials that work together tonight are used to working three-man virtually the whole year, so they got to have a little different mindset going to the two-man game. As All Saints puts defensive pressure on, a near steal of the ball. Now they do pick it back up. Back down the floor, it's Emily Judd. And
good call.
We've got a whistle, and it looks like we're going to pick up offense.
Yeah, good little offensive traveling right there for the Cougars, Jeff. Looks like the Cougars are going to come out in a little 2-2-1 half court. No, 1-2-2 half court trap.
Boy, they are attacking too, as extra little half a step there, but that is allowed. And trying to make things happen now. The defense for All Saints is just stifling. Look at that great backside rebound by number 4, Emily Judd.
Yeah, we've really enjoyed watching Emily this year, Jeff. She has done a great job.
Sydney Stevens, the maker of that great banner, and we'll see that banner as the evening rolls on. As they move that ball around. Trying to go down the baseline, fouled on the play is number 4, Emily Judd. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Number 23, Stacy Cohey. ends up with the Akron-Fairgrove foul, and we're a little space challenged here down in the end of the floor with the students as things are a little tight down here. They love this corner of the floor, so we're going to do what we can to see as much of this game as we can.
We're going to have to push the table out a little farther. I think it'll be okay.
I don't think it'll be an issue either. We got a lane violation by number 4, Emily Judd, as her toe was on the line before that ball hit the rim. 4-0. All Saints on top with 5:45 left in our first quarter of play.
Back to the 1-2-2 half-court trap by the Cougars, Jeff.
Cohee tries to get that ball onto the inside. Nice job by Debo to get back and steal that pass. Wide open for a long 3-ball, 22.
Ooh.
Caitlin McDowell couldn't get the shot to drop. And this isn't good.
No.
When you've only got 5 on your team and one of them may need to come out, I think she may have taken a shot in the face.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've got blood.
Yeah.
You see a little touch?
Yeah, I did. Just got hit in the eye. Yep.
And we're going to take a break, and we'll come back in just a minute on Bay County TV.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Yeah. Ben, please.
Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Here we go, back on Bay County TV. It's going to be 5-on-4, Mike, as the gash over her eye is going to require stitches, and there is nobody left on the bench. So unless coach suits up or the JV coach suits up, it's going to be 5-on-4 the rest of the way.
Well, that was a tough break for the Akron-Fairgrove Vikings, Jeff. Cynthia Boveas is the injured player, and we wish her nothing but the best of luck.
It certainly is a very, very tough situation, and we couldn't tell what happened. A lot of times, though, when you go up high for a rebound and you come down, that elbow might make contact with the head. It was certainly not a vicious intent that happened. It was just a basketball play, and unfortunately, it's one of those situations where with nobody else healthy on the bench, they've already got 2 short from their group of 7.
Yep.
They were stuck having to play 5-on-4 the rest of the way.
Well, and couldn't bring anybody up, and I didn't see who scored that, Jeff. Couldn't bring anybody up from the JV squad because all those girls already played a full game tonight.
Yep, if they had anybody on the JV squad that did not participate, they would have the opportunity. But other than that, no other chance for anybody to come up and double dip tonight.
I think that was Caitlin McDonald who scored that basket, Jeff, for the Cougars. We got us a 6-0 game. Cougars over the Vikings of Akron-Fairgrove.
And we're going to have off the alternate possession. It'll go over to the All Saints Cougars.
Substitution for the Cougars, number 1, Anna Schwedler, number 14, Emily Huskins in for Bay City All Saints.
And you look at this squad with only 3 seniors on it, plus there's a couple of real talented junior varsity girls. The cupboard's certainly not bare here at All Saints.
Yeah, no, Coach Debo's future looks awful bright, but he's got to take care of a little bit of business tonight and get ready for the state tournament, which starts next week.
Emily Huskins comes in with instant offense and makes her first basket of the game. It's 8-0 right now. The All Saints Lady Cougars on top. And Sydney Stevens tying up. And it'll be off the alternate possession again, going back to the Vikings of Akron-Fairgrove. So Coach Debo, he's just able to shuffle fresh bodies in and out of the game, as he certainly going 5-on-4 is going to be a big factor on both ends of the floor.
Yeah. Nice tip by Weller right there, Jeff.
Sydney going to the right side, kissing it off the glass for the deuce.
Nice job by Jessica Weller on that loose ball, just tipping it up to Sydney Stevens, Jeff, for the easy fast break deuce.
Well, she used that great offhand to tip it away. Sydney Stevens slows it down and can't get the shot to drop. Fight for the loose ball, and it'll go back over to the All Saints Lady Cougars.
Again, some more substitutions in for the Cougars. Number 2, Eden White, and also in number...
Looks like 22 back into the ball game.
Caitlin McDonald. Yep.
As they try and go inside, there'll be a held ball again. Off the alternate possession, back over to the All Saints Lady Cougars with 2:59 left in our first quarter, 10-0. All Saints on top in our girls' regular season finale here on Bay County TV. Trying to roll around, taking the baseline was number 24, Jessica Weller. And looks like we're going to have, I'm going to guess, a foul on the All Saints Lady Cougars.
That falls on Emily Huskins, her first personal, Jeff, and that is team foul number 2 for the basically All Saints Lady Cougars.
That's another shot missed. Fight for the rebound. It's down to Emily Huskins. Huskins looking to go coast to coast. Fouled on the shot. Number 24, Emma Britton, says, I'm not giving you a free 2. You're going to have to earn them from the charity stripe.
Nothing comes free, Jeff. Got to make them earn it. At the line for the Cougars, shooting 2 is number 14, junior Emily Huskins.
First one, nothing but the bottom of the net. Second free throw attempt. 8 dribbles. Bend to the knees. Flick of the wrist. All cotton on the delivery.
Good rotation by Emily on those free throws, Jeff. You see how that ball, nice spin out, hit the front of the rim, and then just kind of crawled over a little bit.
Long 3 ball off the front iron from number 12, Madison Wagner. One and done as the rebound comes down to the Lady Cougars. Just over 2 minutes left in our first quarter of play. Eden White into the ball game. Looks like we're going to have a 3-second lane violation against the All Saints Lady Cougars. And that will give the ball back to the Vikings.
She pitched the tent. She just didn't start the fire and get the dogs out. The Kogel Vienna.
Yes, indeed. She was at the old KOA camping. Long 3 ball off the glass. The shot missed by Cynthia Boyves. As they try and skip that ball across, McDonald gets the ball back in the corner to White. Schwedler to White, back to McDonald. Puts the long shot up, and that one goes down the side, but saved by the All Saints Lady Cougars. As they'll slide that thing back up. Huskins up top, just an inch short, couldn't get it to drop. And it will be back to the All Saints Lady Cougars defense as the Vikings will get possession of the ball. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor with $1:32 left in the first, 12-0. All Saints on top. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras tonight. Nick Page producing and directing our show. As the Vikings come into the front court again. Boyves down on the ground. We're going to have a jump ball again off the alternate possession. This time it goes to the Green Lady Vikings of Akron-Fairgrove.
12-0, Jeff, here in the first quarter. The Cougars with the big lead over the Akron-Fairgrove Vikings. Injured player early. They're only playing with 4 tonight. Nice steal again by number 14, Emily Huskins. Emily coming off the bench playing extremely well.
That was Eden White that couldn't get the shot up. And the putback by Emily Huskins. She's turned into instant offense here coming off the bench, Coach.
It's in the blood.
Yes, it is. 14-0, the final minute of our first quarter of play. Trying to make it happen from up top. It's just off the mark. One and done as the rebound comes down to Emily Huskins. Huskins thought about pulling up from 18. Decides to send that ball back around the horn. Shot up and just a little bit long. McDonald with the rebound. Sends it back up top. Nice rotation of the ball. Shot just a little bit long from number 22, Caitlin McDonald. As the rebound comes down and into the front court, the Vikings from Akron-Fairgrove. 4 on 5, it makes it tough to try and manufacture a shot.
I'll tell you what, though, Jeff, the girls from Akron-Fairgrove are doing a nice job. They are playing hard. They're getting some good looks at the basket, too, and they're giving a great effort tonight.
We're going to have a foul, and I think that'll probably be on Schwedler. Anna Schwedler picking up her first, and that's team foul number 3.
Yep. 10.1 ticks to go in the first quarter, Jeff.
Trying to get that ball in, just beating the clock. As that shot's a little bit long from Wagner. Can Huskins get the last shot off, and it is no good from Jessica Weiler. Weller can't get it to drop at the end of one. It's 14-0. The All Saints Lady Cougars on top over Akron-Fairgrove Vikings. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Ow, ow, ouch! My hip, my knee, my joints feel out of whack. Ow, ow, oh my! The pain, I can't take it anymore.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doden and Mike Wasdala along with you. The first 8 minutes in the books. And 5 on 4, the All Saints Lady Cougars really are not going to have a ton of work tonight to come out of this one with their 11th victory.
Yeah, I think they're going to do all right, Jeff. But like I said earlier, congratulations to the Lady Vikings. They're doing a nice job playing 5 on 4.
Trying to slide it around. Strong to the hole, going number 4. Emily Judd can't get it to drop. The ball out of bounds, back over to Akron-Fairgrove.
You know, how about that national anthem before the game? Athletic director Greg Wagner doing it all tonight.
You know what? If it was an away game, he'd be driving the bus, too.
Boy, I've seen popcorn, singing the national anthem, got us a table and chairs. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Oh, I'll tell you, he mastered that national anthem. It was great. Sydney Stevens, coast to coast with the deuce. You know, he's a man of many talents, and he showed us another one tonight. We just thought we knew this guy well, but...
I looked up there and said, I thought it was Frank Sinatra singing.
Yes, indeed. Old Blue Eyes himself.
And in his day, let me tell you what, one of the best softball players to come out of Bay County I've ever seen. The guy could do it all. Speed, had a great arm out there in left field, and could hit.
That was back in the day when fast pitch softball was a big entity.
We had slow pitch. We played slow pitch together.
Okay.
Guy was a stud.
As they get that thing back up top. Shot going up from Sydney Stevens with the deuce. It hits off that back iron, goes right straight up and goes softly through the cotton for the deuce.
He's always had a nice touch.
We're going to have another alternate possession, and this will go to the Lady Vikings. Still looking to get their first points of the game onto the board.
6:36 to go, Jeff. 18-0. The Lady Cougars up over the Vikings of Akron-Fairgrove. One more game left for the Cougars, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff. And then they go to district tournament.
And the districts are going to start next Monday.
Yeah.
I think this is it for them.
Oh, it is. That's right. You're correct.
Yep, they're going to play tonight, and then they're just going to start gearing up for their opponent on Monday.
Yep. And then, believe it or not, the week after that, the boys' district starts. So where did this season go? Wow.
El Pufo. But it's been a lot of fun, and boy, we still got a great spring coming with all the spring sports that we'll be able to bring on Bay County TV. So the fun only continues for us here in a job that's not even like work.
Labor of love.
Sydney Stevens has the dribble. Look at her go around the defender with a kiss off that expensive high glass for the deuce. And it is 20-0 with 5:50 left in our first half of play.
Nice job with Sydney with that quick crossover, Jeff, taking it to the well, watching it all the way through. And Sydney's had a really good season and a great 4 years for the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
Where they got that thing packed in the zone. Sydney Stevens again is going to go to the outside. Looking underneath, running the passing lanes. Emily Judd, the recipient, with a little off the glass herself for the deuce.
Nice pass by the Cougars. Nice fast break, taking it all the way. 22-0. Cougars with the big lead. We've got 5:21 to go in the first half.
As another sub coming in, Anna Schwedler back into the ball game for the Lady Cougars.
Saw the Schwedler clan all in attendance tonight. They were coming out of the woodwork, the Schwedlers.
Here a Schwedler, there a Schwedler,
everywhere a Schwedler.
Great family.
Known them a long time.
We've got some stories from way back.
But we can't tell them.
We'll just keep them a secret. That ball is in between two offensive players. And it goes out of bounds back over to the Lady Cougars as they're just going to continue to make things happen tonight. As they're up 22-0, they'll be able to pick their score. Sydney Stevens up top. Nice little skip pass down underneath. They go skip back across to Schwedler. She's looking to go strong to the hole. Looks like the foul is going to be against Stacy Okohe.
Team foul number 3, Jeff. That's Stacy's second personal. At the line for the Cougars, another junior, Anna Schwedler. She'll be shooting 2.
Nice stroke at the line.
Nice.
Cougars have shot well early on from the free throw line tonight.
She shoots the ball like Uncle John a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Uncle John could bring it.
He could shoot it back in the day. He probably can't hit the ocean if he's standing in it now, though.
Couldn't hit the Saginaw River if he's standing on Betts Bridge right now.
Both ends of the free throw good by Anna Schwedler. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family.
That's right.
As Akron-Fairgrove into their offensive set, and man, they're just seeing a sea of white around everything that even resembles the ball. Here comes Sydney Stevens, coast to coast again with another kiss off the glass for the deuce. I love the way they use that expensive piece of glass.
That's what it's up there for, Jeff. Sydney with a good game so far. She's got 12 points unofficially for the Cougars. They're up 26-0, but again, playing 5-on-4 against the Akron-Fairgrove Vikings.
Yep, due to an early injury. Unfortunately, that is going to take Caitlin Smith out of the activities tonight, so Caitlin got an inadvertent elbow just next to her eye, and she's on her way to get some stitches right now.
Yep.
Or at least checked out for stitches. We don't want to assume we weren't close enough to see it, but it was a fair amount of red blood cells. Ooh, Sydney Stevens nearly had another pocket pick. Look at the nice closeout by Emily Judd. Slaps it back into the bench. Coach Debo better be on guard over there.
Emily came a long ways. Nice job getting her hands up. Good block. And Coach Debo still got the quick hands.
I'll tell you what, he has got it all. And you're going to have a timeout. Akron-Fairgrove. It is 26-0 with 3:42 left in our first half. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Back here on Bay County TV. Boy, the stories during a 30-second timeout abound. Back to the game action, though. The Custer Cougars.
I'll tell you what, when I was out in school, the Custer Cougars were the team out there when I was watching high school basketball out in Montana, Jeff.
And the shot is up, and it's good for the first deuce of the ball game by the Akron-Fairgrove Lady Vikings. Madison Wagner with the deuce. She'll go to the free throw line to try and finish off the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Fouls on number 13, Jeff. Nicole Wolf, her second personal foul.
Ooh,
team foul number 6.
That was a great-looking free throw.
Yeah,
she didn't take much time to stand there and drain that thing.
Don't think about it when you get up there. Just shoot it.
They fight, and a nice collapsing defense by the Vikings caused another alternate possession turnover. And the Vikings come back down the floor with 3:25 and counting left in the first half, 26-3. Cougars on top over the Vikings from Akron-Fairgrove. Trying to come down the floor, and we're going to have a block on the All Saints Lady Cougars. Probably going to be called on Jessica Weller.
That's Jessica's first personal, team foul number 7, Jeff, against the Lady Cougars. At the line for Akron-Fairgrove, Stacy Cohey.
They're perfect at the line tonight.
Yeah, they
deuce
are.
for deuce. Oh, they pull one of their rebounders out, so they're so confident she's going to make the shot, and that rattles in and out. Ellie Debo with the rebound for the All Saints Lady Cougars, giving the ball to number 24, Jessica Weller. Into the hands now of White. They go underneath with a nice look to Debo. That ball tipped away down on the floor, and we are going to have, looks like Schwedler may have been out of bounds, and so they're going to give that ball back to Akron-Fairgrove.
Yep, Akron-Fairgrove, just under 3 minutes, Jeff. 2:56 to go in the first half. 26-4, All Saints over the Akron-Fairgrove Vikings.
As they try and make something happen offensively, and it is so tough to make it 4-on-5. As that ball comes right over in front of us.
Billy James, a little kick save right there, trying to run the referee.
Shot save.
shot, kick save, shot.
Well, that's back in the old Farrell days on the radio. He was a peach.
Yes.
2.5 minutes left in our first half of play. Just trying to get that low post pass down to Ellie Debo, just a little bit out in front of her. So the All Saints Lady Cougars back on defense, up 26-4 over the Akron-Fairgrove Lady Vikings. Boy, a nice job of splitting the defense. Can't finish, though. The rebound comes down to Anna Schwedler.
Emma Britton is only a freshman, Jeff, for the Akron-Fairgrove Vikings.
Yeah, she's going to be good in a couple of years. But she certainly knows how to sniff that free lane. There's a look underneath, and Anna Schwedler is hit and will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
Stacy Cohey, Jeff, just picked up her third personal here with 2:03 to go.
I'd pull her out late in the first. Oh, wait, there's nobody. Yeah, that's the part that's sad right now is, they've just got to roll with them. And if they end up with her in foul trouble or fouling out, then they're going to be down to 3 players left, and you can play down to 2. You got to have 2 because if the ball goes out of bounds, you got to have somebody to pass it in.
Anna Schwedler, 75% from the free throw line, 3 for 4 so far tonight. Jeff picked up her third point. $1:55 and counting to go here in the first half.
You'll take 75% all
time.
Year long, boy. 3 out of 4 will win you a lot of games.
Yes, it will. The goal's always 70.
And there's a nice shot in by number 12 on the play. Madison Wagner, she just bangs that thing home. And
that was a nice shot.
Fairgrove on a little offensive move here. Nice move to the hole by number 14, Emily Huskins. Can't get the shot to drop. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Nice job by Huskins taking it to the rack. Jeff going to get rewarded. Fouls on number 22, Abigail Dunn. Her first personal, team foul number 5 for the Vikings. Again at the line, Emily Huskins. Jeff, she's got 6 points already tonight.
Boy, look at the trajectory on that shot. Nice soft rims here, but a couple of pieces of iron would not hit pay dirt. She'll get another opportunity, though.
Next one is up and a little bit good. Oh, I thought it was going to go off.
Shooter's touch.
Oh, yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no. No, you got to love those
that.
nice soft rims here at the home gymnasium. So the freshman bringing the ball down the floor, Britton. Ball partially deflected, and they're going to say a little bit of arm.
Foul's going to be on Eden White, her first personal. Team foul number 8, Jeff, for the Cougars. At the line for Akron-Fairgrove, number 12, Madison Wagner. He's got a nice looking stroke.
Akron-Fairgrove has spent a lot of time in practice at the free throw line. They have only missed one of 6 free throws. So they got a triple, and the other 6 are all via the free throw route. Trying to go underneath, and as they'll bring it back up top, Eden White sends that thing back over. Look at that. Ellie Debo says, I'll show you a little soft touch from 16.
I know where she gets that from.
Oh,
Papa.
That was nice. I mean, she's used to being a post player. She's used to 5 to 8 feet for her long distance, but shows very nice touch on that shot. Shot is one and done, missed by number 14, Boyovis. As we're down inside the last minute of play here in the first half. 30-8, the All Saints Cougars on top. Good defense. That's got all ball on number 24 that time, Jessica Weller. Sliding that thing around. Long 3 ball. That thing goes out of bounds, and with 19.0 tickies left on the first half clock, Cougars will have an opportunity for their last shot.
Yeah, she's got a nice looking stroke, this Madison Wagner, Jeff, and she's a senior, so she's been around a while, but I think she's a pretty good looking player.
As they're into the front court with 12 seconds left. Sliding it around, Huskins wide open for a long 2 ball. And that's the end of our first quarter, our first half of play. 32-8, the All Saints Lady Cougars with the lead. We'll be back in a minute with our Plum Harris Insurance sponsored halftime show in just a moment on BCTV.
You don't think it'll happen to you, and you surely don't think it'll happen twice. I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. First, it was a fire. My agent was right there and helped me rebuild. Then the tornado hit and destroyed everything again. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Stop by our office at 706 South Euclid or give us a call to see how we can help with your home, life, auto, and business insurance needs.
Back at the Plum Harris Insurance sponsored halftime show on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala. And, you know, as we talked to Coach Debo on the way by, very unfortunate situation happens early, but the detriment to his girls, it doesn't allow them to work on some of the things they wanted to crispen up before the tourney.
Yeah, that's a tough spot for both teams, Jeff, especially Coach Debo and the Cougars, you know, unable to work on some things. Got to play 5 and 4, and the Akron-Fairgrove just kind of had some bad luck and lost a couple players, and then lost one tonight early in the first quarter, so they got to play 5 on 4 the rest of the game, and they got one young lady in foul trouble also.
And having to go 5 on 3, I mean, we could very conceivably see a running clock in the second half. I give a ton of credit to the Akron-Fairgrove Lady Vikings because they're playing their guts out tonight, but 5 on 4, when you're running down the floor offensively, all you see is a sea of white.
Yeah, those young ladies are going to be really tired tonight, Jeff. They're doing a great job, giving a great effort, and well, like you said, a tough spot for Coach Debo, you know, senior night, big night, and stuff like that, but, you know, he's handling it very well, and his girls are doing a great job.
Well, we put some Bay County TV money out here on the floor for the shooting of the free throws. 2-liter pop and a couple of big candy bars in the works for the winner of that. So we can only hope that Bay County TV is proud. But we're going to be back with all the second half action in just a moment on this Plum Harris Insurance-sponsored halftime show here on BCTV.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire. But my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. We've got 25 employees who depended on it. And that's all that mattered to me. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. Incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doad and Mike Wisdala along with you. Jared and Natalie Doad on the cameras. Nick Page producing and directing our show. The Cougars come right out of the gate with Caitlin McDonald with the first deuce of the second half.
Caitlin unofficially, Jeff, tonight 6 points overall, 34-8. Cougars up over the Akron-Fairgrove Lady Vikings.
Boy, the Lady Vikings just cannot find any free space offensively to make things happen. Pass just behind Emily Judd, as she would have had a pretty easy time with a layup. But we're going to turn that ball back over and head it back over to the Lady Vikings. One of our Bay Metro officials, Mr. Bill Janes, right in front of us. He and Henry Velasquez, as old Hammer and Hank gets to work with me tomorrow night, so I send my apologies ahead of time that he's got to put up with me. But it's going to be a lot of fun. He's one of the great veterans in the Bay Metro, and he's always a pleasure to work with.
Good player in his day, too, Jeff.
Yes, he could stroke it.
Yes, he could.
As that ball that's shot by number 12, Madison Wagner, comes up just a little bit short. So back down the court come the All Saints Lady Cougars with 6:59 left in the third. And I think that both officials are going to have to be very cognizant of the fact that Ellie Debo shows us again. Little free throw extension lights it out. But I think the officials are going to have to be very understanding to not call fouls on Akron-Fairgrove because they can't really afford it. It's going to have to be a train wreck before they call something. And that's just the sportsman thing to do, because if they're down 5 on 3, then that's going to just make it too rough. As a nice shot at the basket by Madison Wagner. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, you don't want to put Madison on the line, Jeff. She's got a nice-looking stroke. That foul's on number 4, Emily Judd, her first personal, and team foul number 1 here in the second half. 6:23 to go, 36-8. Cougars with the big lead.
Miss of the first free throw, all Cotton on the second. As it's 36-9 now, as the Cougars come down into their offensive set. Wide open is Stevens. Boy, I'll tell you what, from 20 feet, she toes up to the three-point line and just lights it up.
Unofficially, Jeff, 14 points in the game so far. She had a nice first half, had 12 for Sydney Stevens here on senior night. One of the 3 seniors for the Cougars.
Ran the floor very well. And coming down the floor with the finish, number 14, Emily Hoskins. She's turned into instant offense off the bench tonight, too.
She's got 11, too, Jeff. That's been a nice job by Emily. She's had a nice year, too. We watched her a lot. She had a really good game when we saw her the first time. I like the way she plays.
Indeed. They all play hard, and I'll tell you, Coach Debo gets the most out of his girls.
Yeah.
As they try and get some offense going, number 24, Britton. Can't get much happening there. Wagner back up top. Sydney Stevens looks back over her shoulder. Nothing there. Just like a walk through the Rexler and Jablonski Park here on the east side for a deuce.
A little tip throw to the tulips.
Those kids wouldn't know about Tiny Tim.
No.
Nice looking shot that time by 23. He can't get it. Rebound comes down. Sydney Stevens quickly getting it up the floor to Huskins. As they move it around, Debo from 16, just a touch short. Fight for the loose change on the floor. And now they're going to slide that thing back to Huskins. Can't get the shot to drop. And we're going to have a jump ball off the alternate possession. We're going down to the end of the Vikings.
Yeah, good hustle right there by both players. Number 22, Caitlin McDonald, and number 12, Madison Wagner going after it, Jeff. Like to see the kids get on the floor and work hard.
It's always fun to see the effort.
Yep.
And the Vikings are putting forth great effort tonight. Undermanned with only 5 to start and then an injury. So they're down to 4. There's a shot from number 14, Cynthia Boivas.
Cynthia with her first basket of the night, 43-11, Jeff. Cougars with the lead.
Ball knocked out of bounds as they tried to get that inbounds into number 22, Caitlin McDonald. She had some nice post-up position, but that offhand defensively tipped that ball away. Sydney Stevens just comes up a tad bit short as they fight in the ground for that loose ball, and the All Saints Cougars get it off the alternate possession.
You know, Jeff, the Vikings could have just packed up the tent and said, you know, this is it. But you got to love the effort, those 4 young ladies for Akron-Fairgrove. Coach Andrew Boveas, and the head coach for Akron, he's got to be very pleased with the efforts of his young ladies.
And what do we got? We got a foul, All Saints.
Number 4, Emily Judd. Her second personal, team foul number 2.
As with 4 minutes left in the third, 43-11. As the Akron-Fairgrove ladies come in, and the Cougars ready to make some wholesale substitutions at the next horn. As the Vikings, they almost use offense, Mike, as an opportunity to stretch it out a little bit and catch their breath, because trying to do it defensively, there's just not enough inches on the floor that they got to cover. As Judd comes down with another big, long rebound. Stevens gets the ball to Judd. Sliding it around. Very nice look. Free throw extension. Caitlin McDonald.
Woo! That's a nice looking shot right there, Jeff. And she flashed. You saw her had her hands up. Good pass right there. Turned, drained it 15 foot like a shooting a free throw. And that is Caitlin's 8th point of the night.
As they go down in the baseline, sliding that ball around in and out, as the shot from Madison Wagner was halfway down. And Coach Debo is going to take a timeout right now. I believe that timeout is as much for Akron-Fairgrove as it is for his own kids, and you got to love it.
Yeah, and get some substitution in there. Jeff had a little bit of a flow going on right there, and so Coach Debo calls a timeout, gets some other kids in there, and you're right, a little bit of help towards Akron-Fairgrove also.
With this victory tonight, though, they're going to have 11 wins on the regular season. And frankly, Mike, starting off 0-5, you take away those first 5 tough games, and these girls have played tremendous.
Yeah, they have had a very nice season, but you look at those games, Jeff, and remember who they had. They had some very tough opponents. I think Dryden was in there for a little bit, so out of those first 5. So they had a very tough schedule to start, but like we said in the pregame, those games now are going to benefit the Lady Cougars here during tournament time.
Well, the coaching staff didn't fret at all when all this happened, because they knew exactly what they were preparing for. And, it's really a stroke of luck that they had this, because you don't just set the schedule up a month before the season starts.
Yeah, this is, maybe a year to a year and a half in advance. And, and I'll go back to when I was coaching here, Jeff. AD was Charlie Schwedler at the time. And he says, I got Central twice, you got Handy twice, you got Nouvelle twice. You're going to go to Flint Hamady, and you're going to play there. The only Class D team you're playing is Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart during the regular season. And I kind of looked at him and said, are you nuts? And he goes, no, I think it's going to benefit you. And in the long run, those tough games down in this regular season made it really good for me and our team during the tournament time.
Well, and after he left here, he had a nice long run at Bullet Creek, too.
Yes,
one of the true great guys.
There too, yeah. Good guy.
As Tony Falsetto was his right-hand man there, and he played football defensive tackle for Central Michigan. Big kid. His parents owned that Falsetto's Italian restaurant.
Oh, there you go. You know all the eateries in the Great Lakes Bay region.
If there's a good eatery, I know about it. So.
You've been there, too.
Cougars back on offense. Trying to slide the ball around. Wolf thought about the shot. They send it back down to Schwedler. She's going to roll back around, and the shot goes up. Kissing it off the glass is number 24, Jessica Weller. And we're only a couple of baskets away from the potential for a running clock, which would be merciful at this point.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, Jeff.
As they go back up top again, you see the Vikings actually trying to take a blow here offensively, as they're going to go, and there's going to be a little activity down on the floor. And it's only team foul number 3. It'll be an out-of-bounds situation on the baseline with 2:07 left in the third.
Fouls on number 24, Jeff, Jessica Weller. Her second personal, team foul number 3 for the Cougars. Out of bounds to the Akron-Fairgrove Lady Vikings underneath their own basket.
Shot goes up, it's partially deflected. And just losing her balance to the floor, the ball goes back over to the All Saints Lady Cougars, up 36 points right now. A couple of baskets, 2 trips down the floor. Could render us a running clock,
Yeah.
and again, I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah, it's got to hit to the 40 points, Jeff, then you have a running clock.
Until it gets down to 30 or less. As we're going to be shooting 2 free throws, and that will be Weller. She made a nice move to the hole there,
she
nice
did.
strong move.
She's had a nice game tonight, Jeff, and she's done some nice things off the bench for the Cougars this year. That follows on number 24, Emma Britton, her first personal. Team foul number 1 for the Vikings here in the second half.
Britton just a freshman for the Lady Akron-Fairgrove Vikings, and I'll tell you what, she's going to be fun to watch by the time she's a senior.
Well, and like we said in the halftime show, Jeff, they had a couple players couldn't make the trip over today, so then they lost one of them in an injury. So tough break for the Vikings, but man, are they still trying to play hard.
They are definitely to be commended for their effort tonight being undermanned. Buck and a half left in our third quarter of play, 47-11 our score. The All Saints Lady Cougars cruising right now, but playing 5-on-4, as Mike just said, due to injuries prior to the game and then an early in-the-game injury. Look at the crossover dribble for Britton. Shot goes up and is off the mark. Rebound comes down to McDonald. Into the front court they come. Trying to pass that thing down. Wide open is Wolf for a 3-ball. Just off the front iron. Rebound and the putback with a nice little body English is Jessica Weller, who just continues to put it in the hole.
Yeah, does a nice job, Jeff. Like the way she's playing tonight. Good effort by the All Saints Cougars, doing a lot of nice things.
As Akron-Fairgrove, again, 4-on-5 offensively. It's just really tough for them to get anything going offensively. Sliding it around, wide open at the top, halfway down the hole, unable to make it go.
Well, Boveas wanted that one, didn't she? That baby was halfway down. She clapped her hands and said, gosh darn it, I wish that thing would have went in.
Yep, that thing, there's no reason why it didn't go in. They go around to Wolf. She uses the glass, can't get it to drop. Schwedler thinking about it, sends it back to McDonald. She puts it up and in, and there goes the running clock here as we'll go to the end of the third quarter of play with 10 seconds and counting left in our third. Into the front court they come. Britton, the freshman, passes that thing off. Schwedler's going to run out of time, I think, to the basket. She got it off in time at the end of 3, 51-11. All Saints by 40. Back in a moment for the final 8 here on BCTV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day. Which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care. From diagnosis to recovery. From babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
All right, back as they just did a little congratulatory to Paul Guizdala, Thomas Lincoln Handy class of 1978.
Ooh.
He's been here for decades, taking that spot at the table, and tonight is going to be his last game.
Do you know that they have great people that have graduated in the year 1978?
From all over town.
From all over town, from Handy and All Saints.
You and I in that mix. So.
I didn't know Paul was a Thomas Lincoln Handy Wildcat.
Oh, yes, indeed. Our 40th anniversary coming up the first weekend of August this year. It's going to be a 3-day celebration.
Ooh, a 3-day extravaganza for the Wildcats.
Man, we got
Where you going?
We got Sands Bar on Friday night, and then we got the Depot on Saturday, and then the State Theater with the Burdens.
Oh, I love the Burdens.
Playing a little music for us after the Depot. So It's going to be a great weekend, and then everybody's going to meet on Sunday morning for a little mimosa or maybe a little bit of celery sticking out of some tomato juice.
Well, maybe we could get the All Saints of 1978 class to join you.
Well, it would be great. There's a nice little kiss off the glass from about 22 feet from number 14, Cynthia Biove. As they tried to get that shot up for Wolf. Nice job defensively by Wagner as she shut that door down in a hurry. Britton up top for the Akron-Fairgrove Lady Vikings. And again, they just look around offensively. They just can't find anywhere to roam with a 4-on-5 offensively. 6.5 left in a running clock situation. All Saints by 38. And we're going to have a travel. Tried to work off that screen.
Boy, she did a nice job dishing it off to number 23, Stacy Akohi, Jeff. She had a nice look at the three, but got the travel call first. 6-11 and counting to go in the ball game. Cougars up 51-13.
Sydney Stevens into the front court. Wolf with the bounce pass. Going back. Wolf's got the wide open three ball, just a little bit short. And they're going to roll it back. They're going to give Wolf another look as she runs that one up. Tickles the twine from downtown. And the smile says it all. That's just a thing of beauty.
Yeah, senior Nicole Wolf just drained a big three for the Lady Cougars. 54-13. Congratulations, Nicole Wolf. Nice job.
Down on the floor, that ball out of bounds. And I think they'll give that back over to Akron-Fairgrove. And now they're going to have her come out of the ball game to a little extra ovation. I think she may be back in before it's all said and done, though.
That was a nice looking shot right there, Jeff. Took her time, really went up. Nice shot, good rotation.
Squared it up and let it fly. Nothing better than hitting the bottom of the net. Here's Sydney Stevens, takes her time, gathers her thoughts, goes to the right side, kisses it off the high glass. And the Cougar offensive machine continues to roll tonight, 56-13.
Did you say you think Nicole Wolf tickled the twine a little bit right there?
Big time tickling of the twine. You gotta love it.
There's a story behind that tonight, so we might have to talk about that in the next break or so.
Well, we'll get that sign to come back to fruition as we'll get them to turn around and the next time there's a stoppage of play, if we can get a timeout before the end of the game so that we'll get a chance to reiterate a little bit about that. Trying to slide it around as very unselfish with the basketball. That ball goes to number 2 on the play, and Eden White can't get the shot to drop, but I'll tell you, the girls are being very unselfish right now. And Sydney Stevens comes back out of the ball game, and that might be her last time for the regular season. Quality young lady.
Yeah, nice job by Coach Stevo. Good hands by the student section right here. Try to right, Jeff. Sydney had a great game tonight and a really nice career here for the Bay City All Saints Cougars. She's not done yet, but this is her last home game.
Well, I think that the All Saints Lady Cougars have an opportunity to run through the districts and get into the regionals again this year in the postseason.
I think you're right, Jeff.
Britton trying to go against that Cougar defense as the shot goes up long. Rebound comes down to Emily Judd. Into the hands of number 24, Jessica Weller. Underneath, Debo can't get that shot to drop, but you love the way she attacked the hole there. 3:20 and counting in a running clock situation. Shot goes up, and it looks like Weller's going to pick up the foul for the Lady Cougars.
Jessica Weller's her third personal team foul, number 4 for the Cougars. Jeff, running clock, 3:05 to go in the ball game. Substitution coming in for Bay City All Saints.
Boy, I'll tell you, just a really nice stroke at the free throw line for that young lady.
In for the Cougars, Emily Huskins, and out is number 4, Emily Judd.
Second free throw, just like the first. Nothing but net. As they've been impressive. They've shot probably 75% from the line tonight. There's a nice run to the hole by Debo. Could not finish. As they're going to get the last 2.5. I didn't see what happened here.
Dad took his glasses off and just said, "Oh, just a little bit too strong."
As that ball down loose on the floor, picked back up by Wagner. Britton trying to take that ball to the hole. They go back into the corner. Somebody needs to flash as they get that ball back. Wide open for a 3 ball, just a little bit short. Rebound comes down to number 14, Emily Huskins. Emily look under to Debo. She gets a much better angle. She can't get this one to drop either. And, at this point, part of the problem is your concentration level is down.
You're
so,
right.
I mean, it's very justifiable that something that she'll make 99 out of 100 times. She was not able to get on that last one. Wagner back down the floor at the other end, puts the shot up, 2 pieces of iron, can't get it. And we're going to have a jump ball. Huskins off of the alternate possession will go back over to the Lady Cougars.
$1:19 to go, Jeff, and counting. Cougars going to come away with a big victory here on senior night in their home gym.
As they bring it down, Debo with a little 13-footer, can't get that one to drop as well. And we're down to the final minute in the running clock here in the fourth quarter, 56-15. Long 3 ball going up is missed on the play by Biovis. Into the front court, Weller is back up at the top of the key. White back to Weller. I think they want Debo to get that last basket. They're going to put it up, and she'll go to the free throw line. We know what she does, free throw extension. She just fills it up.
Yeah, she's good from 15 feet, Jeff.
Fouls on number 24,
Emma Britton, her first personal, second personal.
As she takes her time, lets the first one fly, and that's off the mark. She's going to end up with a high note here, and she's going to make this last shot, and she's going to be substituted for.
Yep.
The gym is quiet. She can't get the shot to drop. Biovis with the rebound into the front court. As there's a foul on the play, and that will allow the All Saints Cougars to at least substitute. And they're going to just run the clock, which is exactly what they need to do.
Coming out is another senior, Jeff, Ellie Debo. Be her final home game.
And at the end of the bench is a very proud papa.
Yep.
As Britton is into the front court. And they're just going to take their time and get out of here in one piece or as close as they can to what semblance is left of it. As Coach Debo is wiping away a little sweat off his brow. I don't believe that it's a little tear in his eye.
I think it's a little tear, Jeff.
You know what?
That's a big moment.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is. That's what it's all about.
Last 5 seconds of the ball game. And the All Saints Lady Cougars are going to end this one. That's all there is.
There is not anymore.
56-15, our final score. We're going to come back in just a moment with our post-game wrap-up right after this on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Good evening and welcome back to our post-game wrap here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. And boy, a sign of the times very early with the injury to that Akron-Fairgrove girl. The writing was on the wall.
Yeah, that was just a tough break for the Akron-Fairgrove Vikings, Jeff. A pretty good size cut, and they had to take her away, and it looked like stitches. But, you know, take your hat off to the Lady Vikings. They really played well tonight, 4 guys. It was a great effort by them, and kudos to the coach and the ladies. They did a great job tonight with 4 kids.
Again, kind of tough for Coach Debo, things he wanted to work on tonight that he was not able to. So Now that part is a little bit tough for the regular season.
Well, you got a little bit of time. You know, this was the last game. You've got some time to work on some things at practice. So, but you know, you like to get that game preparation, that game scheme going on. But you know, he'll come back the next day. They'll look at the video and they'll make some adjustments, and they know who they're going to play, and they'll do a fine job.
Well, we know they like watching our video
yes,
too,
they do.
because they meet at Coach Debo's house, and they're all excited to do that. And if there's food involved, it's probably a bonus.
Well, they did go to Coach's house, and that they actually watched our game against Pack, and that's how they got ready for the next game. So they had a good time watching it, and we saw a couple signs, some of the things that we say. So, you know, we appreciate that kind of stuff. It was awful nice of those kids to do that.
Well, it certainly reinforces why we do what we do.
It's just fun. I know the kids enjoy it. I know the parents enjoy it. We love bringing it to them, and it's nice to get out there and get on TV, and the kids enjoy it. It's just a lot of fun.
As I'm looking
there, hey, Sydney,
come here for a minute. We're on our post-game show right now. Bring your sign. Bring your sign and come and see us.
Come on right here.
Sydney Stevens, our leading scorer from tonight's ball game. Explain to us about this most awesome sign you put together.
Well, my friend made it for me, Caitlin McDonald. It was made because when I make a three or a layup, you guys always say the tickle of the twine. So
you made
that's
that
what
sign.
It says. Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. I know you were heading into the locker room, but congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
Good luck in the postseason.
Have a good time.
Again, doesn't that reinforce why we do what we do here?
It really is, and she's such a great kid, and you know, it's fun to be recognized by those kids for what we do, and it's nice to know they're actually watching the games and stuff, Jeff. So it's makes it all worthwhile.
Well, we wish them nothing but continued success. We think that they'll have a nice run in the postseason.
Yeah, I think they will too. You know, they're healthy going into the postseason. They're playing well. They got a nice balance. They got some depth coming off the bench. Weller did a nice job tonight. Huskins did a nice job tonight. So they're deep enough to make that tournament run.
Well, and the other benefit they have tonight, a lot of girls got a lot of minutes, which can only help you down the next couple of games.
Yeah, and I think when they got to the free throws, they made their free throws. They did a nice job, Jeff. You know, and that was a tough game for the Cougars, too, you know, going 5-on-4. So, you know, they were good sports about it, and they congratulated those girls at the end of the game. So take your hat off to both teams under a very difficult situation.
We're going to get a few weeks off now as we gear up for what should be a great season of spring sports here on Bay County TV.
Yeah, I think we got a full plate, and we're going to look at that schedule, put a couple more games together. We're going to have a lot of fun in spring sports. We've got the telethon coming up March 3rd and 4th, and then you know, one of the favorite things that you and I like to do is the old St. Patrick's Day Parade, and we've been doing that a while. And like I always say, they keep asking us back, so we must be doing something right.
We fooled somebody along the way.
We've been fooling them a long time.
But it's been a great basketball season, and just always a pleasure standing next to your side, Coach.
It's been a pleasure sitting next to you, Jeff. You do a great job. And, hey, we can't forget about the folks behind the cameras, behind the scenes. Do a great job.
Who are they?
Well, one, Natalie Doan, camera person, cameraman Jared Doan, producer, director extraordinaire,
oh, yes.
Nick Page. I'll tell you what, you know, they do a great job. The unsung heroes, they make us look really good every time we're on.
And that's not an easy
thing.
thing.
That's a hard job.
Have a great night, and we'll look forward to talking to you at the telethon, at the fireworks festival, and also at the spring sports.
Until next time.